Hello everyone, welcome to the new weekend at the 5WC cycle as we move on with our first match this Saturday between China and Japan, 11 UTC. This will be very exciting. The basically swing match of the Group C. Isn't that beautiful? And I'm accompanied by our favorite commentator with the very cute. Who is that from Doki Doki Literature Club? Gabriel says hello.
What's up? Sayuri fan is here to cook and here to give you guys a fun show to watch. Let's go. Love DDLC and love commentating tournaments. Can't wait to see this one. It's China versus Japan. It's an East Asian matchup. It's seed 20 versus I believe seed 11. 11 being China and 20 being Japan. So a bit far, but Japan currently in the lead in terms of their score in the group stage. If they manage to win this one, they're in a very good position to take that top 2 spot and go into the winner's bracket for RO16. And China, I mean, they just came across a really tough match against France. It's gonna have to be all or nothing for their next couple of matches here. Otherwise, they go into losers. So China, they are in favor considering the seeding, but it's still gonna be a knuckle battle. They have to build some momentum and they have to start cooking right here, right now. Wonder what sort of strategies or ban picks we see from both teams. What do you think? What wooden pickaxe?
How the matches go last week? They both lose to France 5-3. It was quite close. So it can be anything, you know. China versus Japan being very close at seedings, quote unquote close on seedings. It's gonna make this a bit awkward. Japan, they protected hidden, but I don't think they're gonna go hidden here because China is #1 seed on Nomad 5. And we can see just before now, Nomad 3 was protected by Japan, which is very interesting to say the least here, Gabber.
Yeah, if I recall correctly, because Japan has played 2 matches so far. In terms of comparison, both of their Nomad 3 scores against Spain and France were better than China's 1 Nomad 3 score against France. So I feel like they want to keep that. They're confident that they can do better against China on that map again. For the 3rd time, and China, they're gonna keep the reading because of course #1 seed on Nomad 5 in quals, and bans make sense. Nomad 1 wasn't too good of a map for China during that France match. Bit of a rough one, and Free Mod 1, Japan were particularly pretty comfy on that map, so also makes sense. And Japan, they're just gonna get rid of DT2, the tapping mechanics, and Free Mod 2 anti-mod. And it's now we're gonna move on towards the pick phase. And is that a Nomad 5 instantaneously from China?
Yes, it's instantaneous from China, picking their protect right off the bat, which is crazy. Again, I think it's smart, but it's still crazy in my opinion. Like usually people save their protect until like in the last moments where it is dire do or nothing. But no, they're just gonna go with it, Nomad 5. I think they are really eager to find their first point here, Gabber.
I mean, you can't really blame them. Like, it's only a best of 9, so if there's a point that you know you can win off the bat and just bring that momentum over to your side, you might as well go for it, considering that Japan hasn't played this map at all in their 2 matches, and during China's 1 chance to play this map against France, they dropped a double FC, 3.1 team score, so 3.1 mil team score, so that's gonna be a tough margin to beat, I'm gonna be honest. So Japan, they are in a run for their money. It's a really strong roster from China. Let's see if it works again for them. It was GXY and Fuyuki to drop the 2 FCs. Bronya and Fujiwara. It's the same roster from China. And Japan, meanwhile, it's Choco, it's Ace-K, it's Rumia, and Kotomori, I mean. And I think that's rosters for both teams. We are set for the first map, Pickaxe.
Yes, we are set for the very first map of this weekend here, Gabber. China versus Japan, the Nomad 5.
Oof, reading off the bat, this is nasty work. Honestly, seeing this map in this SR, it's kind of crazy how we have AR6 off the bat in the 5-digit World Cup. insane scaling off the bat, but considering some of the scores and performances we've been seeing from these teams so far, I mean, people have been showing up. Everyone's been improving. Everyone's been keeping up with the competition. So let's see how it goes this time. It's China to try and take that first point on the board. And it's up to Japan to maybe potentially steal a break point, but it's going to be a tough one. So far, it's only Rumiat, I believe, to have missed from Japan, and GXY, the next one to follow from China. It's a couple of misses, Kotomori to follow. The jumps, man, these are so difficult to snap at this AR.
Yes, this AR6, it's actually very, very hard if you don't practice this correctly. But they have been given 1 week actually to try to practice this map, and we can see the one that does practice, they really did well.
Nope.
Oh, okay.
Wait, we have
I thought that was, I thought that was like a stream issue.
Yeah.
It turns out, yeah. My Angel Bronya had a lagging.
Bronya disappeared. Yeah, I was kind of wondering where the last player was.
I was thinking as well because this My Angel Bronya got the first for Team China, NOMELON 5. So I think this is also a very, very important player to have at this map.
Yeah, he put up a really solid score, 700k last time. I mean, this roster is absolutely insane from China in the reading and the gimmicks. So, I mean, every player counts. So they're gonna make use of that timeout. That's their timeout for this match, and let's see if everything works out. Hopefully for the second run of NOMAD 5. And I mean, so far so good, I suppose. Once everything loads, and I see Rumia. No one else is moving. There we go.
Oh, My Angel Bronya getting in. There we go, Gabber. They're getting their warm up here for the NOMAD 5, and now we're getting into the real thing.
It is the start of the map for sure this time, I'm hoping. Earlier was just a bit of a warm up, just to get themselves used to, you know, just get themselves used to the current environment. You know, it's been a week. But still, Kotomori to find those struggles. And Ace-K, I don't think he missed last time during the first run, so that's kind of an unfortunate FC to lose. And it's a 4v2 so far in terms of the FCs. Not a good start so far from Japan.
A very, very rough shot from Japan here. A lot of mis-aims coming in from Kotomori, but Ace-K is kind of a surprise there. And China is gonna make use of the lead from the 4-way FC, still holding strong. And look at the accuracy as well. Nice one coming in from all 4 players from China.
Everyone is just looking incredibly consistent, incredibly strong off the bat. They knew what they wanted to go for. They knew what they wanted to try and abuse this Japanese team with. And it is looking to be a really, really strong pick off the bat. Choco, the next one to follow with the misses on Japan. It's only Rumia left, and that final FC is gone. It's a 4-way against none on the right side. 4-way, 4 FCs, 4 soldiers keeping it together. 1.2 million and climbing, and we're going into the second half. It's already a 400k lead for the Chinese team.
This is the true power of the #1 seed at NOMAD 5, and China makes it looks so easy. And then you play the map and you barely get 200k, but GX will not able to aim that correctly, but still 3 FCs holding on towards the Chinese team, and this is a very much one-sided pick already here, Gabber.
Incredibly so, man. There's not much you can really do. There are some recoveries from the other side, but we have 1 quarter left, and there's still 3 FCs standing strong from China. Fuyuki, Fujiwara Nomoko, and My Angel Bronya looking to maybe top that's insane and incredibly insurmountable score that they managed to set during their first match. This is ridiculous. They're about to pass the 3 million mark, and there's still a bit of map left to go. What are they doing?
China, what is this? This feels like Olympics all over again. #1 medal table China, #1 seed for NOMAD 5 is gonna be China again. They all are still FCing here, Gabber. GX is still holding on. Team Japan, they can do whatever they can, but when the score is this high, it's very hard. Nobody's missing. Last slider, and they got it. 3.4 million. 3 FCs from Team China. What is this? 299% accuracies, by the way.
That is filthy. On a reading map for the first map of the match. Just zero nerves, zero care whatsoever. And from a 3.1 million, which is already insane, mind you, to a 3.4, this team is not to be messed with on the gimmick, on the reading. 99%, 299s, two high 97s. That's an average of 98% on for their 4 players in that roster. That's a map that you absolutely just cannot play against this team, man. It is an instantaneous, immediate loss for Japan. Now it's up to them to reply back with something solid, because China are opening this matchup with a massive, massive bang.
Yeah, what a statement coming in from Team China right there. And you might be wondering after this, there's Hidden 2 still on the table. Japan has been doing correctly banning the Fremont 2, but that Hidden 2 means that China has another shot at getting another point easily. And yeah, the response is this, HR1. This is the score, this is the mod that is Japan consistently outscoring at the qualifiers.
Yeah, really, their qualifiers, I mean, their best performance in the qualifiers were the HD and the HR, so I feel like they're gonna try and gravitate towards those, something like HD1, HR1, probably not HR2. I'm assuming we might see an HR3. I've been seeing that map often, so it's gonna be your semi-mech techish raw aim test in DJ Ozawa Tokyo, the OG map set. An absolute banger of a map, pretty fun, but also very, very consistent despite its short length. I like what Japan's doing. They're just going for whatever skill set they feel to be pretty solid and pretty strong at. HR was China's weakest mod out of all 4 during qualifiers. They did kind of badly on all 3 maps from HR1 to HR3, so I feel like it kind of makes sense to try and abuse this off the bat. They also didn't really look too good on Nomad 1 during the previous match, so I feel like China not too strong on the aim maybe, so Japan, they're just looking to try and abuse that. Let's see if it works out well for them here.
Here, as the players are trying to come in for Team Japan, at those qualifiers, I do see all of 4 of them getting an average of 500k, but no FCs. You know, on Team China, I see May Angel Bronya getting 800k, but it's the supporting combos that are not there for Team China. So if May Angel Bronya can get that supporting combo that China needed, they might have a chance here to get this win.
Yeah, there's always a potential of, you know, these players here and there managing to pull a absolutely insane pop-off score just when their team needs them to, but at this SR, honestly, in my opinion, from how I've been seeing these past couple of matches, it's more so about, you know, a star performance. It's more so about star performances from all of their players. So My Angel Bronya did really good in qualifiers. Let's see if his teammates can manage to pull in their weight. And Japan, they are favored for this map. We haven't seen them play this though, however, in their past 2 matches. So it's new territory for both teams. Let's see if it works out.
There it goes. We're gonna start with this HR1 attack aim that is going to be induced inside this HR1. This is untested for both of these players, and they are having a very, very great start here, Gabber, as nobody breaks at the first part of the map.
Yep, it's just easing, slowly inching them into the fire that this map has to offer. It's Rumia first to be engulfed by those flames. Everyone else keeping themselves together under this heat, under this pressure. It's 4 FCs to 3. Not a good look for Japan, but it's Moga not found to find that trade. So fairly equal on both sides, unless we see a devastating set of misses from someone. It's Fujiwara as well as Aliwa. It's a complete collapse from the Chinese side. This is what I'm talking about. This is the consistency that's lacking from the Chinese side on the Hard Rocks. Kiria may trade, but Amber and Choco still keeping it together. It's 300k to the Japanese side, and we're going into the second half, Pickaxe. There's still misses coming in from the Chinese. They are absolutely struggling.
I think it's already a win here for Team Japan as they are absolutely wreak havoc on this HR1. Choco and Amber doing everything to make it unsavable for Team China at this HR1 here. And they can see it right here, Gabber.
It's just devastating. Oh my god. It looked somewhat competitive on that first quarter, but one by one, absolutely each and every one of these players on the left side just fell apart consecutively. In Japan, they have those two strong contenders, two strong performers in Choco and Amber, just keeping their team together, and that's exactly what you need if you're Japan. The consistent performances from all around, practically their entire roster. Yeah, I'm looking at it right here. It's only Oliwakami to have a better score than Kiria here, and everyone else absolutely outclassing any other score from the Chinese roster. It's a 1.2 million difference, Pickaxe. My god.
That is a massive gap here from Team Japan. It's another statement like, we'll give you the number 5. This is our territory for the HRs. And I think the theme of this match has already been set. You know, it is going to be reading against mechanics, I would say, from these two teams. And you might be wondering, like, there are a lot of mechanics, but gimmicks? I don't think there's a lot of them on this map pool. What do you think, Gabber?
Well, Freemod 2 was banned out, so China can't go for that. There is HD2 available, as you mentioned earlier, but Japan actually, unironically, has some decent experience on that map, and they've put up some solid scores. Not to the degree of China's 3.5 million against France, but they put up 3.3 million against Spain. Japan has put up 3.3 million against Spain, so they're not doing the worst on that map. They can fairly contest that, so China, they're gonna have to look for other avenues to work with. They could maybe go for HD3, there's that Nomad 4 tech maybe. I don't know if HR2 is too good of an option here, since both teams are kinda not too good in that map, in my opinion, looking at the scores. China, they still have some options. If reading stops working, they can lean towards alt, they can lean towards tech, but definitely a bit difficult considering that, you know, the reading options are kind of gone here. So it's China actually not to go for the HD2 first. They want to lean towards Zero Fill Love, the DT3 control-ish tapping test. So kind of an interesting tangent from that Nomad 5 and the HR1. We went from reading to aim, and now we're going from we're now going to DT tapping control, I suppose.
This is interesting. They didn't play this last week when they faced against France. They opted for the normal 3, and yeah, so it's kind of very, very interesting here, Gabber. You know, going towards from gimmick AR6 to aim, and we're back, and then we're going to the tapping control, the finger control map of the DT3. So I don't know how these teams will fare because their DT scores are kind of equal. Quote-unquote equal, I have to say.
Suppose, yeah. But, I mean, looking at their qualifiers, Japan did look to be one of the more uncomfortable teams in general. They got top 30 on both DT1, DT2, and then they got top 26 on DT3 during quals. So, they have played this map before, but they got a 2.5 million, which isn't really the best, and they had a B rank from Ace Case. So, considering they also banned DT2, I don't really think Japan is the most comfortable in DT in general. They did really well on HR3, so they can tap decently well, but this map in particular might be a bit of a weakness that China are looking to abuse. So you mentioned China hasn't played this yet. Japan has, but they didn't really do the best. So we'll see how it works for China. It is the third map on the board, China's second pick, and we are just waiting for everyone to get ready.
Let's go, let's get this DT3 started. Japan has the have-played the map advantage. China has the I have seen your scores advantage. Which one is going to be the better one? We shall see here, Gabber.
We shall see indeed. Let's see how they fare on this map. It's very, very short, but some of these bursts, some of these jumps mixed in, kind of figure the aim, I'm going to be honest, a bit weird. A bit odd, you know, with the nerves kicking in, because considering the nature of this map, if you miss a single time, that's going to be your score cut in half. everything's gonna count. So I feel like we might see some odd misses here and there. It's Hunshin to find the random miss on nothing. So you can already see the nerves kick in for one of these Chinese players. Summer Sky to follow. It's the Chinese team that's falling apart at the start. And that's really gonna hit them hard. Their score is gonna get cut by a large margin, man, in Japan. 4 FCs so far, but it's a double miss. Triple miss pickaxe. They have collapsed going into the Ki.
What just happened there? I thought China had spoiled it, but Japan, 3 miss out of the blue. Only Rumia holding on any hopes for Team Japan as China managed to reconcile with all their goals. And that's going to be the last FC gone here, Gabber. China, they're gonna go into this again, this DT3.
Oh, a bit shaky, but still going strong. It looked very scary at that start, pickaxe, I'm not gonna lie, but Japan has completely thrown the towel and kind of lost their chance to steal this, man. It looked super doable, but unfortunately all the FCs are gone and even the recoveries are struggling. It's only Jerry to hold a decent combo, but it's Summer Sky with the recovery to match. It's Mogen who did have the FC until he missed, and Fujiwara still holding. It's a 400k difference. I don't think there's enough time. It was somewhat a scary ordeal for the Chinese roster here, but they managed to pull in through going into the end. And Fujiwara, I mean, I feel like he's just gonna go for that FC to shut things down here. Japan, a valiant effort, but unfortunately, when they were asked to keep it together during this map's most toughest moments, they were just all collapsed one by one. And now it is 2-1 on the board. Fujiwara with the FC.
Oh, China, there's another statement coming in. 800k score difference on the DT3. It looks doable for Japan, but 3 misses out of the blue, out of nowhere. And then the last FC from Rumia gone. They're basically giving China the opportunity to just went on with it, run with the score advantage and make it unsavable for Team Japan. And now Japan, they are scrambling for a pick here, but I don't think it's a scramble. I think they just have to reset their mental and went on with it. Just say, go next, we go pick another HR or something, and it's going to be fine.
Yep, they have their options. If they go for an HR, I would say it's in their best interest to go for that HR3, but instead they're gonna go for HR2 Precision actually. And that's such an interesting pick to come from them. Wow. Okay.
HR2. I mean, did we see them play this? I think we see them play this.
Yeah.
Against France, they have played the HR2.
Yeah. The thing is, like, I was thinking if they were gonna go for an HR, they'd probably go for HR3 because they have a really solid score on that. But on HR2, they kind of struggled quite a lot. They have a B rank. They have a B rank from one of their players. I believe it was Kyria. And comparing scores between the both of these teams who have played this map before, I mean, they didn't do the best. China also had a B rank and they had around the same score, which was around the 2.3 million range. But China had a slightly better score by around 10k. So is this Japan trying to make a statement, showing China that they have improved from their previous scores and that they can beat them on all of the HRs? Or could this be a potential disaster or mispick here? Because I don't know, man.
I mean, if we see at the HR1, we see 2 players did FC on the HR1, which is going to be, I think, the main factor coming in. Like, okay, we see they are not really that good on the hard rock mod. We have a good HR2 scores on qualifiers. Let's just wing it, you know. If Choco and Amber can give the scores again, it's going to be, yeah. I think another point for Team Japan here. I think that is what the factor that they are bringing into this HR2.
Okay, I like your thinking. I think that makes sense. Japan, they won HR1 by a landslide. They did good in qualifiers. Maybe that France match, that attempt on the HR2 in the France match was a bit of a low roll. So they're just gonna go for it and, you know, try and do better. Let's see if that actually happens though, because giving China a point here at this point would potentially pave them a path towards match points. So Japan, this is a very crucial map for you to try and win. It's gonna be HR2, very, very volatile skill set, very dangerous. So easy to miss on these patterns, especially at the CS, but Japan has done well before in qualifiers. Didn't do the best the last time they played this, but let's see if second time is the charm, Pickaxe, because they really need to make this count.
It's going to be the HR. So remember, this match can determine who is going on with the top 2 of this group. So a breakpoint is massive here, but the first break coming in from my Angel Bronya is gonna give Japan slight hope of bringing this HR2 towards them.
Yeah, you can already see the control that is just required to hit these patterns, man. The flow, the sliders, the jumps, man. Kind of awkward to play at this CS, and kind of a tough map for the SSR as well. Bronya is just absolutely struggling. Accuracy struggles all around the board, but slightly in favor for Japan, especially as they hold that 4-way FC going into the second third.
I will disagree with that. I think China has the accuracy advantage here. It's just that Japan has 4-way combos to back it up, but Morgan gonna break here, and Japan is gonna enjoy the 2 combo advantage here, Gabber.
Oh, Kiria will trade. I think you are correct, actually. It's a lot more 95s than 94s, but 95s and 94s don't matter when you don't have an FC to back that up. Japan has 3 FCs on the board. China squat. What just happened there on that singular pattern? Fujiwara and Summer just missed at the same time, and now it's only really Bronya with that recovery against Kotomori. Kotomori, Choco, and Ace-K holding strong, looking to improve their previous score by a landslide if they keep this up. And my god, what a statement. Japan just showing up when they needed to. There's still a third of the map left, but this is looking decisive. 500k on an HR2 is pretty much just a done deal. Absolutely just lethal performances from these players.
What was that, Japan? 3 FCs still on the board. 197 coming in from Choco, and the 2 combo break from Team China. I look at that. It was a circle from left to right. They misaimed that pattern, and now it has been a done deal here for Team Japan. Choco might miss, but it doesn't matter when 2 FCs are still on the board for Team Japan.
Oh my god, Ace-K and Kotomori, an absolute masterclass. Doesn't matter if he got the 92 act, doesn't matter if he's got the 94 act. The combo is what counts. Keeping these circles on your cursor is what counts, and they're doing it to perfection, man. Kotomori and Ace-K, an absolutely massive overperformance from their previous attempt at this map. They are potentially looking to beat the French score that topped them during their previous match. And they actually will by 5k. Oh my god. They beat their previous score by just about 800k. They beat the previous French score that took them down in their first match in groups. What the hell?
Call that a 1-week improvement. That is unbelievable. 2 FCs and 1 700k coming in from Choco with the sporting combo from Kiria, making it so Japan can just run away with it with this HR2 and make it the HR sweep happening against Team China. And the Team China, it's looking sketchy. They're now picking Hidden 2 here, straight off the bat.
Yeah, they're gonna go back to the reading. They don't really have much tapping to try and abuse. DT1's a bit of a scary one, so here we are with HD2 reading. This map, I believe both players have played this. They have some experience on this, and both players performing relatively well. So China, on paper, they have the better performance between both of these teams. It's just up to them to try and keep it together and put up a similar score, or maybe even better, to shut Japan down. Because Japan, despite being the lower seed in this matchup, they are fighting for their life. They are picking incredibly well to their strengths, showing up when they needed to. That was an absolutely insane glow up in the HR2. This is looking to be a very, very fun match to watch.
Ooh, best of 5 here, and it's going to be very, very tricky because the comfort map is going to be gone in a second as we start with this HD2. China has the number 5 seed on this HD2. I think it is a very, very good pick for them, but picking out them off the bat is what makes me like scary, because it seems that China might lose on what to pick early on. But you know, I have very, very high hopes for Team China here. 3 FCs on the number 5. And if they can do that the same thing for this HD2, is going to be a mental breakdown.
For sure, this is incredibly pivotal for China to try and take. If they mess this up, that is their momentum lost, and that is their confidence lost in the reading and the HDs. Japan, they're looking very, very strong, especially after that HR2 that I'm seeing on the top left still there. Fujiwara Nomoko still hasn't moved on from that map. There we go. Let's see. Will China keep the ball rolling? Will they win their next pick, or will Japan finally change the tides and steal something from the Chinese front? It's gonna be the HD2 to decide things here. A very pivotal map. Both teams have done well. It is relatively short at only 2 minutes and fairly comfortable with CS3, but the nerves, man. I just cannot imagine. So easy to mistap a skill set like this, and I mean, if you haven't really studied this sort of map too well, then oh my god, that's gonna be an absolutely disastrous situation for you to be in. It seems like everyone in the lobby faring very well, but it's Rumi and Choki to fall apart. Already looking pretty bad. Not like the performance that we saw from them previously, so China, they have a good opportunity here. They are extending that lead. 4 FCs versus 2. China could potentially take the 3rd point here.
Yes, they went all 4 FCs still intact after that hexagon part. But we're going into this kind of sketchy part, if I remember correctly. But Katamori, another FC breaking from Team Japan, and China can just run away, bringing that advantage to a standpoint where it might be unsavable, even though Amber might FC until the end.
Oh, Amber, that FC, I don't really think that's gonna matter, man. It's still a 4-way. Choco has fallen. Rumia on a slight recovery. Kotomori just missed previously, man. It's a difference of 600k. I mean, there's barely any time left. I feel like even if all of the 4 FCs from the Chinese roster fall apart right here, right now, I don't think Amber's score is gonna do squat, man. This is just utter dominance. They're looking to potentially push a 4 million projected team score if they hold the 4-way.
This is a crazy team score coming in from Team China. 4-way FC still intact, and this part right here, isn't that as tricky as before? I think they might have it here.
There's no way. There's absolutely no way.
They have it.
They've beaten their previous score. Is this gonna be 4 million? They all have the FCs. It's 3.79. It's a 4-way. What?
What is this?
Oh my god.
Team China. Reading is my gaming as Team China hold on towards the 4-way. Full combo. Not really a full combo, but it's a full combo at this point. Fujiwara Nomoko with a 98.8%. 8 100s only from the whole of the map. It's sad to think about Amber. They tried their best, but what can you do against a 4-way? It's crazy.
I'm gonna be honest, bro. Even if Japan got a slightly better score than what they got previously, that still wouldn't have been enough, because China, they're just here to prove that this is their skill set, this is their domain. Oh my god. If that Nomad 5 wasn't enough of a statement already, this HD2 is. 4-way FC is ridiculous. But Japan, I mean, they're still in the game. They still got options left on the table. They're looking to just complete the 3-0 streak on the Hard Rocks by picking the final one left on the table. Pickaxe from HR1 to HR2. We are now at HR3.
I mean, it's respectful from Team Japan. They are proving to be a very good HR team, very solid one, and with scores from HR1 to HR2, it's a different guy FCing. You know, that's what makes this interesting for Team Japan. It's not just one player. Okay, one player can play Hard Rock correctly, easy, we win the match. No, it's all 4 players, absolutely giving all towards this Hard Rock picks, and different people FC different maps. So you have to see what is HR3. Will it going to be another Japan 3-0 on HR, or will China bring us the unexpected point of view from this match?
Yeah, let's see how it goes, because Japan, they have the consistent roster on paper. Their players are absolutely popping off on this mod, man. That HR2 score was absolutely disgusting. Choco and Amber and HR1 just ridiculous, bro. And they have different players showing up on this mod, man. So the roster depth on HR is there. but China has done well on this map previously, so there is that potential fear that this is the most accessible HR to them. This is the HR that they have the highest possibility of maybe stealing a breakpoint on. So Japan, they have to stay pedal to the metal. They can't let go just yet. They can't give China an opportunity just yet, because if they lose this map, China's gonna come into their final pick with match point at their hands. So Dustwind is on the table, the most crucial pick for Japan. If they mess this up, this could be their loss. This could be their opportunity at a top 2 in the group stage dashed away.
Everything is on the table as this HR3 is starting right now. Team Japan will need this win if they want the top 2. Team China will most likely get this top 2 if they win this match. So a very, very important map there it is, and we see it's going to be breaking one of the players. Rumia first break, very, very early break though, but 2 minutes makes this break a bit quite big one actually.
Yeah, it's a short map, so any single mistake counts. So already not a good look for the Japanese team right now, but thankfully it's at the start, so Rumia is gonna have some time to recover this, and it's gonna come down to whether a Chinese player drops that combo. So Japan, on paper, looking really good on the hard rocks. We're still only at the wind-up section. We have some 210 BPM streams here and there, but it isn't really the most spaced sections of the map, so as long as they don't mess up the tapping, it's still gonna be everyone holding, but it's Bronya to follow with the next miss of the map.
And Rumia's score has covered, but Choco missing at a very, very slow section. It looking dire for Team Japan. They need a miss coming in from China. Oh, if they want to win this one, Gabber.
Oh my god, on the slowdown section when it mattered most, Choco messes it up. Rumia has that recovery, so it's 3 combos to 3 right now. China has a bit of an advantage going into the hard section. It's very, very scary here. This is the Japanese's 3rd pick on the board. If China steals this away, this could be the match done. Everyone's holding their ground. They see the scores. It is up to the final section of the map.
This is looking sketchy, but Journey is going to be nervous. Team China gets in line. The line from the end of the game. They're going into the match point here if nothing happens. And they are always going to be holding on their combos, and they're going to the end of the map. Another FC from Aimer, but it doesn't mean anything if Team China holds a 3 FC here. Gabber.
Everyone's holding their ground. They see the gates have opened. Their opening has come. Jerry with another miss. The Chinese are looking to take their break point. The match point has come for them to potentially close out the match. The Japanese have just made a massively crucial mistake. Amber finding that miss at the end. The final nail in their coffin. The 4th point will go to China, and it is their final pick next.
Oh my god, 3 FCs, HR3 from Team China. And I think this is the most important part here, because China has the match point, they have the pick, HD3 is available. Oof.
Oh my god. What do they go for? They have the opportunity, man. Pickaxe, this is their chance. They've finally taken a breakpoint. Not a single breakpoint before this map. Now it came on the last HR that Japan went for. HR3, a disastrous performance from 3 of their players. Unfortunately, Rumia all alone there on that FC. And now they're just gonna hope that the Chinese mess up on their next option here. What do they go for? Is it gonna be the HD3? I'm kind of wondering if we're gonna see that DT1 or maybe even the Nomad 4. What's it gonna be, man? They're gonna go for DT1 instead.
No. Ouch. DT1 pick from Team China. And I think Japan at the DT3 is looking very, very sketchy. I mean, 600k with 400k against an FC from Team China.
Yeah.
This DT1 might be very hard. It's very harsh, but it's aim though, so there's still hope for Team Japan here.
For sure. It's aim, so it is a skill set that they're somewhat relatively favored on. But again, man, like, Japan, they haven't really leaned towards the DT at all in their first 2 matches. And whenever it got picked, I mean, they didn't really do the best, so This is another question mark for them to try and tackle. I'm kind of wondering if this goes well.
Let's just hope. Let's just hope anything can happen. I mean, we very much relied on Japan winning that HR3 and getting that 3-0 on the HRs, but no, China win their tapping, which means they have NOMO 2 available for the next week if they do lose this one. But it makes DT1 quite favored towards China. That's my opinion, though.
Yeah, for sure, man. Oh my god. Very favored towards China. Again, Japan coming into this as, you know, on paper, the weaker DT team. So, I mean, if there was a miracle that could happen at any point at this time of the match, it would have to be this one. Japan need to make this count. It's such an uphill battle on this mod. They really haven't been doing the best on this at all. So, in fairness, I don't think I've seen them play DT1 just yet. So, let's see if this works out well for them.
See here, Team Japan, if they are able to win this DT1, they have their Protect of NOMO 3 ready in the next pick here. But if Team China wins this, top 2 is looking very likely for this group.
For sure. It would be such an advantageous position for them to have if they manage to win this match. Let's see how it goes. It's a very short map. Starts off of the bat. AR 10.3 at this SR is absolutely ridiculous. Very scary. Not a single player has dropped this yet. The nerves, the pressure must be building up from all of these players on the screen. Oh my god, it's ONMYO-ZA to mess up on the burst. And that is the first person to be slain here on this map so far. Japan, they're holding the 4-way, they're keeping it together, but it's still not a done deal. There's still 3 S's from the Chinese side. They still have to FC the rest of the map.
They still have 90 seconds of the map remaining. Amber is going to be missing. Amber has done well at the last 2 maps, but this DT1, oh, it might be scary here. It's very scary here. Team China now has the score advantage from ONMYO-ZA's recovery, but the whole scene will be breaking actually, Gabber. Wait a minute, Japan has the score now. It's a tug of war at this point.
It's a battle of attrition. Function has potentially given Japan an opportunity. ONMYO with the recovery. It's 3 combos on the board. Amber with a slightly higher 200. It's in the favor of Japan, but Amber will find the next miss. It's 1 more quarter left. Kiri follow. Now it's in China's favor. And this might be the end. There's 1 section left of the map. The Chinese know that they have it in the bag as long as they can hold it past this point. There's a bit of a wind-up. Ace-K and Rumia, it's all left to you guys. Can you save it in the dying straits, or will China close it out here? The final section of the map pickaxe. Morgan misses on nothing! It's only Bronya with the FC! What happened?
Oh no, but Kirya misses again. 2F steals the inside from Japan. It's their time. Oh, here's Bronya breaks! It's looking... Oh my god, Japan, they can do it! They can do it, they have the time! They have the time, absolutely! Rumia and Aisuke! Do they have the time? I think they have the time! I think they have the hammer! It's a miracle from Team Japan! It's an absolute miracle! 53k score difference, Gabber! Oh my god!
From the jaws of defeat! Ace-K and Romeo pulling up when their team needed them to! It is absolute cinema! To save themselves from getting dropped down below top 2 in the groups. Japan will keep themselves in the game. And now they have 1 more pickaxe. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh my god. I am shaking, and Japan might have done the impossible, as their Protect is right there waiting for them to be picked.
They have to go for it. They really
have to go for it. They have to go for it. I don't think there's another... Yes, there's no other option. NOMO 2, we saw what happened at HR3. NOMO 2 is not an option. NOMO 4 looking sketchy. HDs? Nah, not HDs. Get that out of here. NOMO 3. NOMO 3 incoming from Team Japan. And we just have to see if this Protect is going to be the correct one from Team Japan here.
Let's see. I mean, they've played this twice, and both times they got a better score than China's 1 score on this. So, on paper, they're looking good. Let's see if it works out. They must be feeling it right now. The momentum, the air, it's shifting to their favor. They are feeling the energy. The Japanese, they can force tiebreaker if they huddle up and unite as one on this final pick. It all counts on this Nomad 3. It's either a win on this and the next map, or it is a bust. China can potentially end things as long as they perform well on any of their 2 chances of winning this match. They need 1 point left. Even if they lose this one, they still have tiebreaker, but they're gonna be suffering in terms of the momentum, so it's in their best interest to finish this right here. The margins of error between both of these teams' scores are very, very little, so there's still a potential for an upset here, even though Japan did really, really well, much better than China during the both times that they played this. There's still a potential for China to steal this.
This is looking scary. Japan has won all number 3s from the group stages, and so far. If Japan can follow that statement and win all number 3s from the group stages, we're going to the tiebreaker. But if China did the impossible again, this will be a China looking likely of the top 2 at the group stages. So you shall see right here. No melon, no lemon being picked. I am so excited for this one. A very, very long map, 3 minutes to decide who is going to win this Noma 3.
Consistency nightmare to try and keep up with. 3 minutes of constant alt control. This map, I mean, if you let go for even a single moment, you are gonna be capped at the 400k mark, and there's just nothing that you can do to help your team at that point. So every single big combo counts, every FC counts here. All of the players here under the pressure, under the stress. Fujiwara, the first to fall, still feeling the defeat from the previous map. Not a good look so far from China, but at the very least, their act is giving them a slight lead of just about 20k at the start of the map.
Yes, a very, very unbelievable accuracies coming in from Chinese players. But my Angel Bronya is gonna be breaking, and that's gonna give another room for Team Japan to win this.
Oh my god, Japan, they have an opportunity. They have 4 FCs against 2. Fujiwara has a bit of a recovery here, but those misses at the start, absolutely devastating. Now it's just gonna come down to whether Japan can hold those combos. China's fate entirely relies on whether Japan can keep it together here. They are just gonna sit in that backseat, waiting at the back of the line until their chance to maybe steal this point back is given to them. And so far, Japan, they are not letting go. Maybe a bit of shakes here and there. I almost saw Kotomori mess up that circle pattern, but even then, it's still the 4-way holding strong, and the lead's just about to go to 100k. Kotomori will find a miss, but still in their favor.
3 FCs against 2 FCs and 2 supporting combos. It's looking a bit sketchy here for Team Japan. It's kind of equal, but we're looking at the scorebar. It's going towards the left.
Oh no. The recoveries, they're doing some damage. The accuracy as well. China are seeming somewhat comfortable. Kiria! He's found the miss going into the Kia, and now for sure, the advantage is towards the Chinese side. Japan, they've been pushed to the back of the line. They have to wait patiently now. Amber to find the next mistake. It's a complete collapse from almost everyone on the Japanese side. It's only Rumia left on his own. Unless those combos from the left side fall apart, the Chinese might end it right here. This could be the final map of the match.
China won this top 2 of the group so bad. They can see it right here. All the combos are available for them. Rumia has a mountain to climb if they want a tiebreaker at this match. China, and this is the div spike right here. Amber the first to fall, but all combos. Rumia's falling. It's going to be top 2 for Team China at Group C.
Oh man, one by one those combos on the right side fell. They had the momentum, they had the opportunity. Their protect absolutely becoming a complete mistake on their part. They just keep missing, they can't hold these combos. And China, although challenged, although losing their first match, they will take themselves to the top 2 of their group. They are not done just yet.
Team China, congratulations on your win. Fuyukias with 2 100s and 150, 99.76 accuracy at this Noma 3. Team China want this top 2 so bad. It's just between them and Spain later on to see if China will get the top 2 of Group C. What a game, what a match. I can't say. That is crazy match today. Wow.
What match. Absolutely insane. Back-to-back decisive wins from both teams on the board. Very, very close ordeals on the last couple of maps. And in the end, China just managed to take it. And now they're sitting comfortably in the top 2 spot unless Spain can manage to go on a run here. So we'll have to see. That is, I believe, all of Japan's matches done. And China, all they have to do is fight Spain and wait for Spain to go up against France afterwards. So sitting comfortably in the top 2 spot, it all comes down to whether Spain can manage to perform really, really well. But even then, strong performance from China. They are really, really looking hungry for that top 2 spot. And well, all that's left is whether they perform really, really well in their last match coming real soon. So GG well played to both teams, and that was a really good match, man.
Yeah, that was a crazy match to cast. That's amazing coming in from China and Japan, really giving it all, because deep down we know this match is very, very important for them. And we're going to see if China can complete that top 2 when they face against Spain tomorrow at 13 UTC. Don't miss that. Meanwhile, we have a match after this, 12 UTC, about 8 minutes from now, Czechia versus Singapore. It's going to be exciting. A lot of matches today. Any last words, Gabber?
Oh, that was such a fun match to commentate. I can't wait to see the next. It's been a lot of bangers in the group stage. Some really, really close matches, some sweeps here and there, sure, but I believe we've had a couple of tiebreakers, so everyone, it's gonna be a lot of streams for the next couple of hours and tomorrow as well, so stay tuned for the announcements. Stay tuned for these battles. It is absolutely been a ride so far, and I can't wait to see what's gonna come up next.
And with that, we're going to end this 5WGC stream to make way for another one, D6 Czechia versus Singapore at 12 UTC. My name is Wooden Pickaxe, and alongside me, Gabber says thank you very much. Thank you for everyone, referee and streamers. We're going to going to end this stream. Bye bye.
Bye bye.